Okay, my name is Wayne Gussie. My mother used to work at Lincoln and Belmont in Woolworth's store there. And I used to go over there and pick up my mother after she got off work, and I would walk her home back in
67.
yeah,
Okay.
67, 1967. And one day I was there to pick up my mother with my brother and one of his friends. And my brother's friend came up to me and says, "Oh, you should see this cute redhead working over in the snack bar." I went over there and I saw her, and I told my brother and his friend right then, "Stay away from her, that's the girl I'm going to marry." I was trying to figure out, well, how am I going to get her to talk to me? So I quit the job I was working at, and I got a job there washing dishes, so that she'd have to talk to me then, because I was working right there with her. And it paid off because well, I was there for a few weeks, and she started talking to me. We started laughing and joking, and then it wasn't too long, we started to go out together. You know, she asked me one time, "Hey, would you like to see my church?" And I said, "Sure." We left from over there by Wrigley Field, and we walked, because I didn't drive at the time. We walked all the way from Wrigley Field to Sunnyside and Lowell.
Oh,
And I had every
you were in
time-
love, buddy.
I sure was. And I was saying, boy, every time we were walking and I would pass the church, I'd say, "Oh, I hope this is her church." But that was the first time we held hands. I think more to hold myself up because I wasn't used to walking that much.
We were playing stinkfish, and he would just hold me around once.
And then we came to see her church on the church steps.
Okay.
That was the best place to be.
Okay, so you dated, you did it kind of on the cheap.
Yes. Well, yeah, but then we went to, we did go downtown once to the library so she could do a paper for school, which she never got done.
Well, you're a romantic, I'll tell you that.
We got to
did
see
make-
the whole library.
Yeah, we made it to the library, but we were walking around in the library, looking around in the library. I told her, I says, "Well, I'm gonna have something to ask you when I come back home from the service." And she says, "Oh, okay, what is it?" I said, "I'll tell you when I get home." She says, "Okay." So then when I got back from the service, I asked her to marry me right away. We spoke to Father Trella, and at that time he made very clear to me what was expected of me as a non-Catholic marrying a Catholic. And if I was in agreement with the terms, at that time it was a little bit harder to get married in the church if you weren't Catholic. But yeah, I says I would do the things that I needed to do. So he married us, and then we had our three great kids. And as they grew, they came here to St. Edward's to school, and even so, I was still had a feeling inside that something was missing.
So you were still a Lutheran,
Yes, I was still a Lutheran at that
and you
time.
had raised your children here.
Catholics, right.
Okay. So you didn't receive the sacraments. In fact, you told me that you would be outside in the car.
Yes, I
Waiting for people.
I would bring my wife and my kids to church every Sunday, and then I would sit out in the car and wait for them till they were done. And then we would go about our day after that.
For how many years?
30 years. Yeah, 30 years. And, you know, the whole time I would sit there and, you know, like I said, I had this feeling that I'm missing something. There's a hole that's empty. You know, I didn't know what it was.
Did she know this?
No, I never said anything to her about that. Never said anything. And she's always been, she doesn't want to force me to become a Catholic.
Because she loves you.
Right. And so one day I told her, I says, you know, I said, I think I want to convert to Catholicism. And she says, well, if you want to do that, then we can do that, you know. You can go to RCIA and become a Catholic. So I says, well, okay, that's what I want to do. And I went to RCIA and took my confirmation and my baptism. At the same time, my granddaughter took hers.